Today I want to thank Twinkie Clark for her contributions to women musicians and women organists. She has had a profound impact on my identity going back to the 90s, at a time where there weren't that many of us, and there was a certain expectation for how we were supposed to conduct ourselves. And it was almost this tightrope of, if you're cautious or careful, then you lack confidence, and so you probably can't play. But if you're assertive, then you were almost labeled irreverent. And so I came up under a pastor who was intense and energetic, and so his spirit rubbed off on me, and that was the type of organ player that I was. I had a very young choir, so energy came easily, and we were not inhibited creatively. And at that time, the people I was around loved that muffled sound of the Hammond B3, and it just didn't work for me. I didn't like it. I always felt like we have all these different drawbars. We can change the intensity, we can change the color, we can bring drama by using some of those brighter tones, right? And so it was something I didn't hear. But I love the brighter tones of the Hammond, and I used to use them as a contrast to some of the more muffled, muted tones. In my church, it was not a problem. There was never a situation where I could outshine our pastor, so I could be unapologetically myself. Our singers could be unapologetically themselves. But here's where I found trouble. When I went out to other churches, I didn't fit the mold whatsoever. And to be frank, the experience was very close to, What's Love Got to Do with It, when Anna Mae was 5 years old and she sung the lead part in the choir rehearsal and they kicked her out. That's how I felt. That's really kind of how my experience was. But there was an organist, Max, who still plays for Indiana to this day. And he took me aside after one of the events, because I was just feeling like, I can just go back to my church and play. I can just go back to my home church. And Max took me aside. He said, listen, don't let anybody make you feel bad about your style. He said, actually, I'm going to introduce you to the mother of the styles you're using, so you understand where they come from and you have somebody to emulate. You need to follow Twinkie Clark. So I started following her work, started listening closely to her. And one of my favorite introductions to this day is Christ Is Coming Back Again. Like, I played that 1,000 times when she recorded live in Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe. So I leaned into that style, and then she stretched me further. I had no aspirations to be a songwriter at the time, nor to be a lead vocalist while behind the organ. But watching Twinkie, it inspired me. Like, I could do more than sing a little background. I could actually, as a lead singer in the songs, direct what's going on, build the color around what's going on, and actually make the sound fuller, make the sound better, make the sound more creative. And then as a songwriter, following Twinkie, I said, I can do that too. If I'm arranging all these things, then I can start from scratch. The other thing I learned from Twinkie was not to be afraid of mixing different genres. One thing I'm still amazed to this day, how they went into the Grammys, a secular space, and sung Hallelujah and tore it up. I'm also amazed at how she was able to take Master Blaster and integrate it into You Brought the Sunshine, which is something that I naturally did. In my house, we listened to gospel, but we also listened to secular music. It was part of who I was. And so I'm so thankful for her for encouraging me so I didn't feel irreverent and playing what I feel, playing what I know, and being who I am. So Twinkie, I just wanted to take a moment to tell you, you have done so much for women walking behind you, more than I think you'll ever even know. And I am so excited to meet you on Saturday. So Toledo and surrounding areas, y'all come out. make sure that you see the queen of the Hammond B3 herself. Albernita Twinkie Clark. See you there.